Conservative new media viewers, LA Lakers fans around the world, Jeremy Lin fans around the world, what's up? It's me, PFE, Paul F. Villarreal, the NBA expert, and we're here to discuss in the only video that I will make tonight. So there will be no short video. This is kind of the long video, and it's the only video. The Lakers' 99-85 defeat to the San Antonio Spurs in San Antonio, Texas. With the defeat, the Lakers dropped to 12-32 on the season, and the Spurs improved to 28-17 with their win. The Lakers have now lost 7 games in a row, which is a season-long losing streak for LA. Let's go to the stats very quickly. The Spurs were led by Tony Parker with 17 points, 4 assists. Kawhi Leonard, 15 points, 14 rebounds. Manu Ginobili, 15 points off the bench. Tim Duncan, 14 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. Lakers got 17 points off the bench from Nick Young, and Jordan Clarkson had 11 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists in his first career start. Wayne Ellington, 11 points, 6 rebounds. Jordan Hill and Carlos Boozer each added 10 points. Jeremy Lin did not play in this game, so he was a did not play coach's decision, which is often shortened to DNP-CD, or also can be called a healthy scratch. Now, he was healthy, but he did not play. When I first saw this, I was like, well, what's going on here? Like I'm sure many other Jeremy Lin fans thought, and I know that that's what they thought because that's what they said on Twitter. Felt like it was unfair and so on and so forth. Then I guess during the game on the Lakers broadcast, I did not watch the Lakers broadcast. I watched the Spurs broadcast. I believe Bill McDonald and Stu Lance were discussing that it seemed like, it seemed like it was a rest night for Jeremy. I've mentioned previously that coming into this game, Jeremy has played in every game for the Lakers this season, which, 43 games coming into tonight's contest. There are times when coaches will rest players. It doesn't happen all the time, and it usually doesn't happen with players as young as Jeremy is, with as few minutes on his body in his NBA career as Jeremy has. But it does happen. Sorry about that. It can happen. Is that what happened in this game? I don't know. Going into the game, it's not what Byron said. Byron said he wasn't sure who he was going to play. He knew he was going to start Jordan Clarkson, but he did not know who he was going to have back up Jordan Clarkson. And he decided to back him up with Ronnie Price rather than Jeremy Lin. Now, Ronnie Price has missed 3 games this year. So even though he's older than Jeremy, well, if you want to rest Jeremy, give Ronnie a little bit more playing time. I guess you could do that tonight. Jordan has not played in several games this year, so he was fresh and rested. The thing about it is this. If you're trying to win the game, it wasn't a good decision. Jordan Clarkson was a -8. Ronnie Price was a -6. I think Jeremy, in the last 2 games coming into the Spurs game, had played 2 of his better games of the year in a time that he was on the floor, particularly playing Byron's style of basketball. I think he had played some of his best basketball. What does it mean? Are they just resting him? Is Byron being a jerk? Is Byron giving up on Jeremy? I know Kevin Ding, the Bleacher Report reporter for the Lakers, longtime Lakers reporter, said on Twitter that he thought it wasn't a good sign for Jeremy Lin. Sorry, I don't know, all of a sudden I'm tired. Maybe I'm just bored with what I watched in the game. Yeah, look, it's not a great sign unless Byron comes out and says that he just wanted to rest Jeremy. The thought among many Lakers fans and possibly against Lakers management now is, with Kobe almost certainly done for the season, which we discussed in a video earlier today, with Kobe being diagnosed with a significant rotator cuff tear, the Lakers are already the fourth worst team by record in the NBA. So now might be the time to tank. Now might be the time to try to roll out your young players, let them develop, and see what you got. The problem with that is that Jeremy Lin wasn't rolled out, which can mean either you're going to trade him, he's not in your future, or it could mean simply you just want to rest him. We have heard various reports all season that Jeremy is not in the Lakers' future. So maybe tonight was an indication of that. I don't really know. I'm going to have to hear what Byron and other people say after this game, and I have not had a chance to do that yet. I'm just making this without hearing any post-game reaction yet. So we'll just have to see. Now let's discuss the game itself quickly. Essentially, this game was lost for the Lakers in the first quarter. They were outscored by the Spurs by 16 points in the first quarter, 31-15, and they never caught up. They never caught up, and to be honest, the game had the feeling of a practice session, of kind of like an inter-squad scrimmage, like a team playing shirts and skins. There wasn't a lot of intensity, particularly in the first half. The Spurs played last night and they had to fly home from Chicago. They looked much fresher than the Lakers did. So I don't know what's going on with the Lakers. I do like the way that Jordan Clarkson played, though. He had a nice game tonight, and he seems like a good young guy that's gone through a bunch of stuff. So I'm happy for him. And 4 assists and only 1 turnover, shot over 50% from the field. That's pretty good in your first start, particularly against a team the caliber of San Antonio, and with their defense as well. So I'm happy for Jordan. Jordan has a tremendous amount of ability, and as I've said before, I think Jordan has a bright future in the NBA if he's with the right team and he's developed properly and used properly. I don't know if Jordan's going to be a point guard in the NBA. He could be a combo guard, meaning some point guard, some shooting guard. He could just be better used as a shooting guard. But maybe he can be a point guard. Maybe he can be a combination guard. He certainly has the scoring mentality and ability of a shooting guard. But he did have the 4 assists and only the 1 turnover tonight. So possibly he can be a point guard as well. We'll just have to see. But as I said, so the Lakers did pick up the intensity in the second half. My guess is that Byron probably got into him a little bit at halftime, kind of like, you're dogging it. What are you doing here? Because the effort was so poor. Or that's what it looked like. I mean, I'm not in the players' minds and bodies, so I don't know, but it didn't look like they were putting out full effort. And they did cut the lead down to 10 points at one juncture late in the third, I believe. But then the Spurs they easily put the lead back up to 17 points or more. And they just kind of coasted in for most of this game. And so, like I said, this was, as Lucy said on Twitter, this was like an evaluation game. As I said, it was like a practice squad game. You will get games like this. This is the time of the season when a lot of players are tired. It's also the time of the season when teams that aren't in it, they know they don't have a chance, they might relax a little bit. It's kind of the dog days of the NBA season. We're not past the All-Star game yet. Guys kind of want to get a break, but there isn't a break yet, so sometimes they'll just kind of make their own breaks during the games and just not put out full effort. So that's what it was. Look, the Lakers, they do want to, if they can, they want to keep their pick, the draft lottery pick, meaning that they need to be, I believe, in the top 5 in the upcoming lottery, or else the pick goes to the Phoenix Suns. So there is that part of the calculation. And I don't know. Like I said, we're just going to have to see what the front office and what Byron says. I said on Twitter, don't ask me because I don't know what this is. One thing about this season for me, I have not followed the day-to-day events as closely as I have in previous seasons, just because I've been busier. But, I mean, I still know the general flow of what's going on, but I do not know every single thing that is said, everything that Jeremy said, everything that Byron said. I do what I can, but I don't know every single thing. So maybe there's some piece of information out there that I didn't hear. But I did hear before the game, Byron said he was going to start Jordan. He did not know who he was going to use as his backup, which that obviously became Ronnie. And that's it. And, of course, we heard before the game all the reports about Kobe, which Kobe going to see the team doctor, Dr. Lombardo, I believe, and apparently being told that there is a significant tear in the rotator cuff of the shoulder, not a minor tear. We also heard about Kobe that he's going to get a second opinion about the shoulder on Monday from another sports medicine expert before any decision is made. But the Lakers, according to what came out today, they are expecting that Kobe is done for the year. They're expecting that he's going to shut it down, probably need surgery, and that is it. So that's what I knew coming into this game. Kobe likely out for the year. Not sure who Byron will start behind, or who Byron will play behind Jordan Clarkson. I didn't hear anything about tanking. I didn't hear anything about a new lineup. Obviously, there has to be a new lineup because Kobe's out of the lineup. But so I'm learning it as everybody else is learning it. And we're just going to have to hear more of what is said after this game and what is said in the days leading up to the next game. And I guess we'll find out together. Now, there were people on Twitter saying that, hey, Byron doesn't want Jeremy Lin to shine while Kobe is out, and they're not going to give him a chance, and so on and so forth. I don't know. Look, my first reaction when I heard that this was kind of like, well, okay, they want to give Jordan more minutes. They want to let him play. But again, it's kind of like, well, don't you want to see Lin play? But to be fair, Lin has played 43 games. Jordan has played many fewer games than that. He hasn't gotten nearly as much time as Jeremy. So if you are evaluating, you can tell yourself, well, we've already seen Jeremy Lin a fair amount. We kind of know what we got with him. Let's see more of Jordan to get a sense of where he's at. Can he play point guard? That's probably one of the things that the team was looking at coming into this game. They like Jordan, but they're not sure if Jordan is going to play point guard. And so maybe that's part of what it was tonight. Let's play him at point and see how he does at that position rather than shooting guard. So that could have been it. Now, again, why do you play Ronnie rather than Jeremy? I don't know. As I said, maybe you just want to rest Jeremy. I don't know. I do know Jeremy was on the sidelines and he was into the game and he was supporting his teammates and up and cheering. He wasn't pouting. This wasn't like Omer Asik on the Rockets last year where he's missing games because of a supposed thigh injury and he's unhappy and this and that. So that's good for Jeremy. You don't gain anything from that. If you're not happy with the situation, that's fine. You can talk to the team. You can talk to the agent, but you don't want to publicly pout. That's not going to get you anything except a faster ticket out of the league. So that's just not reflect well on the player. So I'm glad that Jeremy was supportive of his teammate. He's a good teammate, and that's what you should do. So that's what was happening before the game. During the game, as I said, there's not a lot to say. I mean, I could go through quarter by quarter stuff. The Lin fans don't care because Lin didn't play. there really wasn't a lot of excitement in this game, except for what Jordan was doing. Nick played pretty well, and he put up some points, but they just kind of San Antonio took control, and they just never let up. The Lakers did make the comeback in the, I think it was late in the third. No, it was actually early in the fourth. Early in the fourth, they did get the lead down to 10 points, but then immediately San Antonio went on a 7-0 run, and that was it. That was kind of like, well, no, there's not really going to be a comeback here, and there never really was, and it never got that close again. So that's pretty much the story of this game. That is the story of what was going on with Jeremy Lin tonight, at least from what I saw and what I observed. I was told that, again, that Bill McDonald and Stu Lance did mention that Jeremy wasn't playing and that he was healthy, so it was brought up on the Lakers Time Warner Cable Sportsnet broadcast, so that's good to hear. And, again, we'll just wait for more information, to wait and see what everybody says. What's going to happen now? Is this the new starting lineup? Byron did say that he was starting Robert Sacre tonight, which he did because Tariq Black was hurt. So, again, maybe this is the new starting lineup. It's possible he said that before the game, and I didn't hear that. With the starters being tonight, Jordan Clarkson, Wayne Ellington, Ryan Kelly, Jordan Hill, a power forward, and Robert Sacre. So now maybe the starting lineup will be those four along with Tariq Black. Clarkson, Ellington, Kelly, Hill, Black. I don't know. That's possible that has been said, but I don't know that. So I can't confirm that right now just because I have not heard that. I could see starting Clarkson and Black now. They're both new. Clarkson's a rookie. Black's a new guy on your team. You want to see what those guys are and what they can do. Ryan Kelly, as I mentioned in the previous long video, I thought that there was a good chance Ryan could be inserted into the starting lineup because of his shooting ability and how that will help to space out the floor. Wayne Ellington, we know that Byron Scott likes to play Nick Young off the bench. So by starting Wayne, you keep Nick in his bench role, which is what you want. Sliding Jordan Hill down to power forward. Jordan is not somebody that's being evaluated. I mean, they kind of know what he is, although I guess they could be evaluating him now at power forward rather than at center. And Tariq Black, as I mentioned previously. So all four of those guys are kind of new to the starting lineup, except for Jordan Hill. But again, you could be evaluating Jordan at the power forward position. Maybe that's what they're thinking. It does not seem like wins are the top priority right now with that lineup. And as again, we'll just have to see what direction the front office and Byron say they are taking as we head into the next game. Are they looking for wins? Are they simply looking for the evaluation process? Are they just conceding that they're going to tank now with Kobe out? Is this the new starting lineup for the next trial period? We know that Byron's been doing trial periods. He's done 2 trial periods of around 20 games this season. Is this another 20-game trial period? We'll see. We will find out more, though, in between now and the next game, and that next game will take place here in the United States on Sunday, January 25th, 2015, and it will be held at 6:30 p.m. Pacific time here in the U.S. That means the game will take place early on Monday, January 26th at 10:30 a.m. in China, Taiwan, and the Philippines. Just stay tuned. If I hear anything, I'll be on Twitter with it. If there's anything super big or super breaking, I'll make a video about it like I made about the Kobe situation earlier today. And kind of talked in that video about how things might affect Jeremy. I don't know what to think. I've taken various guesses this season. I've been wrong about several of them. I'm not afraid to be wrong again. I just don't know what's going on. And I think we would know more, except that with Kobe's injury now looking more like a season ender, that could change the equation. So we just have to, I think, maybe let things settle out a little bit more. Maybe confirm that Kobe will be out for the whole season, which we won't know till Monday. And then maybe the Byron and the team will have a clearer message for the fan base, or at least one that I hear, because I haven't heard that yet. But like I said, Byron could very well have said this is his starting lineup going forward before the game, including Tarek Black rather than Robert Sacre. I just don't know. That is about it. There's not a lot for me to say. Again, because I look at games through the lens of the point guard and through the lens of Jeremy Lin, I watched the game. I was impressed with things that Jordan did in this game. So I was watching him. I was watching Ronnie. Ronnie didn't have a lot of energy in this game, in my opinion, particularly on defense, although he did pick it up in the second half and get several steals. I think he did have 3 steals in the second half by alone, which is very good. And he did have 6 assists. So, like I said, Ronnie can distribute the ball in Byron's offense. He is good at that. Now, this wasn't coming in the heat of hot competition, because when a lot of that was getting done, the Spurs they were just coasting. But he did do it, so that's good for him. But I did like how Jordan looked. He showed his athleticism. He only committed 1 turnover in 29 minutes, which is very good. So, good. Like I said, that's a good sign for the Lakers and Jordan Clarkson's prospects moving forward. Okay, thumbs up, thumbs down, your comments below. We will include information in the video description so you can check out highlights of this game if you like. Also information so you can check out the Facebook page of the artist who created the artwork you're looking at right now. His name is Gary Chen. Gary is a blogger and artist in Taiwan. He's a member of the Jeremy Lin Garden fan group, which is a great bunch of people. We also encourage you to come and join the Conservative New Media Facebook group. You'll find information for that, as well as how to follow us on Twitter in the video description as well. We have a lot of fun on Twitter. When we can, we talk to people during the games. We're always talking NBA stuff all the time, so come and check us out there. We'd love to talk with you. Once again, I am PFE Paul F. Villarreal, the NBA expert. Thanks a lot for watching Conservative New Media. We strive to be the #1 Jeremy Lin YouTube fan channel. For the Lin fans, hang in there. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if Jeremy's going to stay in LA. I know people I know there's some people who are really unhappy with this. They felt like this was a real serious disrespect to Jeremy, and they don't want him to go back to LA. They felt like this was just a flat out diss. Jeremy is playing well lately. He's playing well, and he's playing well within Byron's system. Even if, for whatever reason, the Lakers aren't going to bring him back, I still think Jeremy's going to be in good shape moving forward in his career. He's going to have offers. He's going to have chances. He's not going to be out of the league like some of the doubters would like to happen. And it will be his decision coming up this summer. Now, of course, he only can decide between teams that are interested in him, but he gets to make the choice, which is, yeah, he got to do that with Houston to a certain extent, but he knew how much Houston wanted him, and Houston offered a contract nobody else was going to match. So he could have chosen another place at that time, but Houston made him an offer he couldn't refuse. And he was told, I believe, that it was going to be his team. He was going to run the team, which is where he got the whole, I thought I was going to be the savior of Houston basketball from. Remember, Jeremy was an unwanted guy until insanity. So he hasn't had a lot of prospects for self-determination in the NBA. He went to the Knicks because they wanted him. He went to Golden State because they wanted him. Although he might have been able to choose another team or two there, but it made sense, his hometown team. He went to Golden State. He went to New York because they wanted him. And then he did make the choice for Houston, although nobody else was offering that. He wanted to stay in New York. He was told they would match. They did not match. So he went to where he thought he'd be able to run the show, and they really, really wanted him, and they wanted to make amends for letting him go before. Then he was traded to L.A. So this upcoming summer is really his first kind of chance to really make a mature decision. He's not likely to get anything like the contract that Houston signed him to, which is difficult for any other team to want to challenge. So he's going to have his own process, and he knows more about how the league works and how the politics of the league works. So if somebody says to him, hey, yeah, we're going to give you every chance in the world, we'll make you the starter. Well, he knows now from what happened in Houston that might not turn out to be true, or that might sound good now until somebody else is acquired. So I think he's in a much better spot to do it. Personally, in terms of his emotional maturity, in terms of his ability as a basketball player, he's really working better now in the half court. He's really starting to make progress. And again, Byron's system is not an ideal system for him at all. But you can see that he's developing that. And he needs to be able to play half-court, slower-paced game to complement his fast-paced, full-court game so that he can become a complete player. He's shooting better. He looks like he's in good spirits. He certainly has plenty of money. Well, good. Like I said, I'm over being angry and mad at all this stuff. I mean, I don't like certain things with the Lakers that they're doing, but Jeremy's in a good position. He's in a good position. So let's go through this next 38 games, and hopefully he'll get some playing time, the ability to show what he can do, and then we'll go from there. We'll see what happens with him and his team and what the Lakers want to do. Also, let me say that there is a chance that he could be traded before the trading deadline, which is less than a month away. It can happen where a player will be rested before they are traded. And I said that to Tina on Twitter, because you don't want to play a player. If you know you're going to trade a player, or if you think you're going to trade a player, then you won't play him because you don't want him to get hurt. Because if he gets hurt, then you can't trade him. And so it's possible that that's percolating, that that's on the burner. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't heard anything strong on that thing. I know there have been rumors. I know that his contract is appealing as a trade asset. And I explained this in the Kobe Bryant video I made earlier today. The reason why is Jeremy's contract is relatively large. It's $8 million. I believe is what it counts against the salary cap, even though he gets paid $15 million. So the way it works is, if you're on a team, say you own a team, or you are the GM of a team that's not very good, and you want to clear out cap space, you want to clear your team out and rebuild, you might take on Jeremy Lin for the rest of this season. So say maybe you have two players on your team, you don't want them around anymore, and they make $5 million and $3 million, and that's a total of $8 million. You can trade them for Jeremy Lin. You get rid of them so you can rebuild without them. Now you have a guy whose contract will be off the books this summer, which means you're paying him $8 million, but then once the contract's up, you have $8 million to spend on somebody else. That's why large contracts are so sought after, because essentially when they're expiring and it's big, then you have that money free going forward. So it is possible he could get traded. I don't know. We'll find out. I said we'll find out within a month if he's going to be traded. And we'll find out sooner than that in terms of what Byron is thinking with lineups. And are we tanking? Are we evaluating? Are we trying to win? Is Jeremy Lin in Byron's doghouse or in his bad graces? We'll see. Let's just stay tuned for now, and we'll find out more on Sunday or between now and Sunday, and we'll find out more Monday in terms of the kind of the information that Kobe is told by this orthopedic specialist. Okay, that is it. Hope you're having a great night or great day wherever you are around the world, wherever you watch and listen to this video. Stay warm in the Northern Hemisphere. Stay cool in the Southern Hemisphere. Take care. Talk to you again soon.